Hey everybody, so power's out, doing this by candlelight, literally. Let me see if I can move this without messing all my stuff up. Literally recording by candlelight, so kind of cool. It's been exciting. Power came on for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that, then died. Thankfully, we have a generator, and that is hooked up, and we've got like all of our cold stuff is on. If we need the heater, then we have that, but just put Rayla down for bed, and she's all bundled up under a bunch of blankets and stuff, and Amelia's got all her blankies, and she's bundled up watching TV on her phone. Braden's out playing video games in the living room right now, so it's kind of crazy what we can do even when the power goes out. So thankfully, like I said, I have a generator, so we're able to keep things charged up as well if we need to. But the main idea behind the generator is if it gets cold enough inside, we have some little heaters, space heaters, so we can heat a space, or we can get our Wi-Fi up, fridges going, you know, the minimum things that we need. So it's been kind of an adventure today. So real quick, before we go on talking about whatever we're going to talk about today, make sure you click that like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and yeah. So today's been a good day, but I think part of that's because it's been busy, and the whole ice storm thing I always enjoyed. It was always fun doing these with Sarah, and power going out was always fun, and it was fun with Sarah, obviously, but it was also fun with the kids. And so it's there was like nothing that we had to do. Like I had to get stuff set up, like our generator, a space to cook out in the backyard, and stuff like that. But other than that, it was just hang out with the kids' day, and I really, really enjoyed a lot of it. Some of it was stressful, obviously, like Rayla trying to grab candles and stuff like that, you know, little things. But it was really fun just watching the kids disconnect from electricity and play together and run around and be noisy and stress me out a little bit, but you know, that's what kids are for. So it was good. It's been a good day. And I've missed Sarah, but in a less heavy, less stressful, less sad way. It's just like kind of thinking about how we like shared responsibilities, different responsibilities when the power would go out. Like she would get candles going, I'd get the generator out, she'd like check on the kids, and so we'd just kind of like split things up and just kind of go do all the things, but then we'd all come back to the living room and hang out. And so today it was kind of like that, except for I was doing the candles, generator, and the kids and taking care of everything. So thankfully Braden and Amelia helped out a lot with Rayla today, and that made it so I could take care of the grown-up responsibilities right away and make it so we were able to have pretty relaxing afternoon. Yeah, I'll splice in. I went outside earlier today when the wind was blowing like 20 miles an hour and took a little bit of video of that. So I'll splice that in as well. Let's see, we're at the 4-minute mark. So right around here. It's cold out here. Freezing rain, 18 degrees, and so windy. And it's kind of abandoned. The road is just starting to get slick where you could slide on it. It's kind of crazy. A little refreshing too. I love the cold though. So the car is just iced over. All right. Today is going to be very much a hang inside, pajamas, video games, and TV day with hot cocoa, for sure. Holy cow. We're getting like 25-mile-an-hour winds right now. It's the highest I've seen on our little thing so far. Pretty crazy. All right. I don't have a whole lot to update on today, and because the storm and everything we've been doing, I'm not gonna really do a specific topic. So I think I'm gonna dig into the memory bank and see if I can find a fun memory to share. Yes, here's one. I was thinking camping, and then I was thinking like Crater Lake, but then I was like, wait, we've been further than Crater Lake. Let's talk about California. There was a silly rumor that a silly person spread that our dog Callie was named after a silly person, and that is wrong. I really, really wanted a dog. I wanted a puppy. And I knew Sarah did too. She just didn't know it yet. And we went camping when Braden was 1, and we met this dog named Fred. Pretty sure it was 1. Might have been 2. Anyways, Braden sat at the creek and threw rocks to Fred in the creek for hours. No puppy. A whole year later, we went back to that same camp spot around the same time, and Fred and his owners were there again. And now Braden at 2, maybe 3, pretty sure it was 2 though, sat at the creek bed and threw rocks for hours to Fred again. And obviously, Braden needed a puppy at that point. So Sarah was like starting to feel it and be like, all right. And I found a picture of Callie. And she had one ear flopped this way and one ear flopped back. And she had like the spot of brown and white. And she was freaking adorable. And so I showed Sarah the picture and she instantly fell in love. Then we realized that Callie was being sold in Redding, Oregon. Or Redding, California, sorry. So we got Braden connected with Grandma and Grandpa, and he stayed the night with them, and we drove down to California. And we listened to so much Garth Brooks on that drive. Like, that was the main thing we listened to. We probably listened to Ain't Going Down Till the Sun Comes Up like 15 times, and I loved listening to her sing that song. She would just huge smile on her face. Just dripped wax on myself. I should set this candle down. I'm getting excited. But she just a huge smile on her face, and she had so much fun. She loved that song so much. That was, I think, probably, I could be misspeaking, but her favorite country song in general. But she just, you could see just everything, all the stress of the world, everything just melts away when that song would come on. And it didn't matter what was going on when that song came on. Lips are so chapped. So we drove. And partway down, let's say halfway down, we ended up behind this person that was like off and on, drove probably about a mile down the shoulder, and just really, really unsafe. And so we kind of hung with them and called 911, but they never really like helped. But we just kind of followed and figured if there was a crash, we would do what we could to help out, I guess. At a safe distance, of course. But yeah, just it was really fun. It was like probably our first time leaving Braden behind and going and doing something, and it really like it wasn't like, it was just, we were just going to get a dog. That was like our thing. But like the adventure we had while we were doing it was so much fun. And so we drove, and then finally got late enough. I think we ended up in California. Yeah, Shasta, I think. Yeah. So I think it was Shasta. Anyways, we ended up in California and stopped at a rest stop. It was pitch black, but we needed some sleep. So we folded seats down and got in the back, fell asleep. And when we woke up, I'm pretty sure it was Shasta. We woke up to the mountain. And it was just gorgeous. It was just like right there. And we were like, wow, so pretty. And then we finished, we got into Reading, we got Callie, and then we started driving home, and we were like, what should we name Callie? And having named Brayden, we kind of went through all of the baby names again, and all of the girl baby names that we had ever thought of, and then the dog names. We did that for a good, 3 hours. And then we were like, well, we got her in California. What about Callie? We both just, it clicked, and we looked at each other and smiled, and we're like, that's it, Callie. And that is how, oops, drop my chapstick. That is how Callie got her name. It was a fun adventure down to California. That's where she came from. And so she'll always hold a little piece of California in her name. Yeah. That was a good memory. That was a lot of fun. Rest stops are creepy at night. So, anyways, I'm going to go hang out with Brayden now. So have a wonderful day, morning, night, wherever you are. Remember, be kind, make good choices, and love you all. Bye. See if I can blow these all out. Nope. There's one left.